And welcome back to the Morning Blend. Have some old crayons sitting around the house? Well, don't just throw them out, as they can make a huge difference to a child in a hospital.
That's right, and here to explain on how you can give back, share your colors, is Brian Ware. He's the founder of the Crayon Initiative. It's great having you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So tell us, we were talking just off air about how the Crayon Initiative got started, and it all started at a restaurant with your kids back, what, 5 years ago?
About 5 years ago, the original concept started. How do we give back using art as a tool, basically, and how can we expand that? The hospitals seemed to be a good fit after a bunch of research, and children's hospitals seem to be a great fit for us because they all operate the same way throughout the country. So we bring back crayons, we recycle them, make new ones. These are our new ones, if you want to see.
Oh, very cool.
And then we donate them to children's hospitals around the country.
These are quality crayons. I mean, these
Oh,
are
wow, look at that.
crayons. I love that.
That's
and
phenomenal.
There's no paper, which is the best part, because that was always really frustrating.
Yes.
You know, when you're coloring, the paper gets in the way.
We worked with an occupational therapist to come up with the design, so they're thicker, they're triangular shape, which helps hold it from a dexterity perspective.
Yeah.
And then actually the paper, that was one of the, from a manufacturing perspective, I was trying to figure out how we were going to wrap it, but the hospitals don't want the paper on it, so we said, sure, we can do that without paper, no problem. So yeah, the paper is what really holds the bacteria from a hospital perspective. So the straight wax, they can wipe down with alcohol or some type of cleaning solution.
See, you played with crayons back in the day. You remember the little skinny ones. Those things were breaking your hands all the time.
Especially if you
These won't break.
grip too hard.
Thicker. I like them.
Very smart. You have an event tomorrow happening in Henderson. Will you talk to us about that?
Yeah, CSAA Insurance Group has been a big supporter of us since the beginning. And so they granted us some money last year to buy a mobile trailer, and part of that deal with the trailer was to show the whole process. We do sorting events with corporations, and so one of the questions that came out of it was like, yeah, great, we can sort the crayons by color, that's great, but we want to see the process. How do we see everything that comes up? So the food truck came to mind of like, we do this literally in my kitchen right now. So it's a cooktop. If we had a food truck, they got cooktops, we should be able to pull this off. So that was kind of the thought process. So now as part of the grant process, CSAA, we go to their facilities all across the nation and use their volunteers to help us sort, but then they also come on the trailer and melt down crayons.
We're looking at you do this process right now.
There you go.
Really thought about the process
This is
of
insane.
making crayons.
But this is your background. I'm like, you're trying to figure out how to make this in a smarter, easier way. And this is your manufacturing behind the scenes.
That's the behind the scenes in the kitchen.
Tell me how you get the pots and pans clean.
I was just going to say.
We don't.
You don't.
You don't.
You just have perfect crayon pots.
Dedicated pots by color.
And how much do the kids, your kids, who were sitting around that dinner table 5 years ago, how do they feel about what they're doing now?
They're heavily involved. The older one is a little more involved, and he likes taking it. He's brought it to school, and he, did a big crayon collection a few months ago at his school.
Really?
As all kids do, the excitement is at the beginning. The novelty has worn off a little bit. So, but
715. What's the funny Crayola names? I mean, a burnt sienna. Crayons we have to melt together.
There's a discussion in my household when the crayons come in. We weigh it so we know how much was sent by who, etc.
Oh, wow.
And my older one's job was to weigh it and log it down, and he skipped about a week, so it built up in the living room. And he's like, yeah, I'm out.
Oh, God.
So
listen, this is all part of giving back.
It's all part of giving back. So, but they're heavily involved. They like the melting, and they definitely help pack and sort.
So how do we make your kids' job tougher? We want to give more crayons so you're able to make more crayons.
More crayons.
How do we do this?
You send them to us online. The address is there, but you can definitely contact us through email or through the website, and we'll direct you the best way to do that. And then the secondary part of it that we're really after right now is funding, because we need more corporate sponsors and more funding from individuals. We are, like you saw in the video, in our kitchen. We have 2 storage units full of crayons, so we have crayons coming in, but we can't process them fast enough. The molds that you saw in the video there, they're over $10,000 a piece. Wow. So, we get a lot of questions about, oh, I'll just do this in my hometown. Where do I go buy a mold? And it's like, it's not that. These are specially designed.
Yeah, let us do that hard work. Just collect the crayons.
Exactly. So the more crayons we get, the more molds we need, the faster we can process. to date this year, we've donated over 6,000 packs of crayons.
That's
Good for
great.
you.
We're in 30-something hospitals in the U.S. right now, about 10 or 12 states we're covering and making our way across the country.
That's phenomenal. Well, you're doing great work. Congratulations on the success.
Thank you.
And let's
I'm
get you some
excited
more.
for the next 5 years.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
It's going to take off.
Tell the
Thank
kids
you.
to get to the stove.
Absolutely.
A lot of crayons are coming. Again, the Crayon Initiative, they collect discarded crayons, they remanufacture them and provide them as new packs to hospital pediatric wards. And for more information, you just head to the website on your screen or call the number listed. You could also follow the group on Facebook and Twitter. I like the quality of these, too. They're thick,
These are
solid,
hefty.
substantial.